Okay, so come to a comfortable seat that's going to suit you. If cross-legged doesn't feel good anymore, feel free to come into a different position. Another one that can be nice is the legs quite wide open. Let's see if I can move the camera down. Quite wide open, and the feet are actually turning outwards, and that can be quite far away or a bit closer to give the hips some space. So if that feels good, that's always a good position. And what I would suggest is having a cushion under the triangle of your sit bones and your tailbone. So those 3 points, if you just elevate that up a little bit, that should keep you nice and your spine nice and straight. And you might also want something to lean on, like a wall or something. So feel free to go wherever's going to suit you. So when you get into that position, we're going to lengthen up through the crown of the head, and it doesn't have to be straight. And with the straightness, we don't want a rigidity. So find that position that's going to feel like you are elevating, but you're also softening. That's that juxtaposition that we have in yoga, that strength versus softness. Finding the shoulders rolling up to the ears and then soften them back and down. Place the hands somewhere that's comfortable, on the lap, on the knees, and when you're ready, gently close down the eyes. Begin to lengthen the breath, so in through the nose, out through the nose. If those breaths feel constricted, restricted, just notice that. It's just for a short amount of time longer that you might feel these sensations, and your full breath will return when you have your baby. So just kind of acknowledge that without any judgment. With the closing down of the eyes, with the lengthening of the breath, comes this drawing inwards, coming home to yourself. I want you to feel or think or imagine all of the things you've got going on at the moment, anything that's on your to-do list, whether it's work, whether it's home life, whether it's relationship orientated or baby orientated, anything that's going on right now. And I want you to imagine a beautiful wicker basket that is just in front of you. And you're going to place all of these things, any problems, any worries, any stresses, into the basket. And send them all lots of love, and we can let these things know that they will get done in the perfect time. But right now we're pushing them out of our field, out of our minds, as this particular time is just for you and baby. Come into beautiful harmony together, to bond, to commune, to send your love back and forth. And push that basket away from you. You might even want to imagine taking it outside into another room, closing the door, whatever feels right for you. And then coming back to you, hopefully there's a sense of peace that wasn't there before. I'm going to take a few breaths deep into the base of the belly if you can, or as deeply as you can through the nose, and exhale, making a noise, so a sigh. This is a breath in to imagine gathering up any final bits of stress or tension. Exhale to release. Let's do this a few times. Well done. If you need more, continue like that. If not, find your own easy, effortless breath. Just come back there. eyes stay closed as we take a moment to check in with ourselves. I want you to draw your awareness to the crown of the head and imagine you can do a scan of your body from the top of the head to the tips of the toes as slowly as you like, finding any areas of tension, pains, aching, anything that feels uncomfortable. When you find those places, those spaces, send them some love. That might be in form of an actual touch or a rub, a massage. It might be taking a deeper breath into those spaces. It might just be lovingly sending your awareness there. Bringing your awareness into your womb space, into your belly, into your baby. And just letting your beautiful baby know that this next few minutes that we're here to move, to breathe together is for you and baby to connect, to stretch, to release tension, and to find this internal peace. Welcoming your baby to the session, welcoming yourself to the session, as you gently check in with the mind, brain, noticing if there's lots of thoughts, or perhaps it feels tired or dull, perhaps it's really alert. No judgment, just noticing, and then we can invite the mind to drop into the space of the heart, the center of the chest. And as you bring your awareness into the center of the chest, notice, feel, see how that area feels our emotional self. Is there anything bubbling up here? Again, no judgment. Inviting you to place one hand, doesn't matter which, onto the heart, one hand onto the womb space, and just breathe here, feeling and feeding this heart womb connection. So we're creating a river of light between the womb space and the heart space, moving up and down, up and down. Sending your love to your baby. And feeling your baby's love moving back up to you, into your heart. From here, we're going to guide the hands together at the heart center in prayer position. We're going to chant the universal sound of Om to connect and to begin the session. So before we do so, let's take a full breath. So we breathe all the way in, all the way out, all the way in. Om. Lovely. Take your time, gently floating the eyes open, and we'll begin a little bit of movement practice. So we're going to gently drop the chin down as you breathe in and look up as you breathe out. Breathing in and breathing out. One more. Back to center here. Turn the head one way Look over the shoulder, breathe in. Over to the other side, breathing out. 2 more. Back to center. I'm going to bring one ear over to the shoulder. So tipping the head to the side, breathing here. If you want a deeper stretch here, you can always place the hand very gently. So we're not pulling, we're just adding a little bit of pressure onto the ear. Breathing into the space down the side of the neck. Time, gently coming up, and we'll go to the other side. Gently back up, and we'll begin some neck rolls. So you're dropping the chin down to the chest. When you're ready, slowly start to rotate the neck, close down the eyes. Stay as present as you can with the breath, with the stretch, with the neck. Find any spaces that feel extra tight. Pause and breathe into those spaces, gathering up the tension as you breathe in and releasing it as you breathe out. Make these as slow and conscious as you possibly can. And then when you're ready, we're going to go the opposite direction. Lovely. Just take your time coming back to center there. As we get into the shoulders, so we roll the shoulders up to the ears, breathe in, exhale back and down. Last 2. Lovely, well done. Going to bring the fingertips out to the sides, and we're going to inhale the arms up. This is going to be nice and slowly. Palms to touch, exhale, coming down. See if you can match the inhale and the exhale with the movement. Close down the eyes. If you wish, you can add the mantra Sat Nam, Sat internally, repeating as we bring the hands, the arms up. Nam as the hands come down. This just means truth is my name. As you do this, we're going to visualize creating a beautiful golden sphere around you, or any other color that feels right for you today. Golden sphere coming around you to protect you and baby from the outside world in this most precious time of your lives. For golden, shining, sparkling light filling you up. Let's do 3 more. Last time. Bring the hands up, hold for a moment, and then gently bring the hands down, touch the floor, keep the eyes closed. If you can, imagine touching your favorite piece of earth. This could be soil or grass or sand or water. See yourself in a beautiful, calming place in nature. Imagine yourself there. What can you see, sense, see, smell, feel? Sat in that golden sphere, bringing the hands over onto the belly, onto baby. Feed your baby with that beautiful golden light. So from here, we're going to bring both arms up, keep the shoulders soft and reach up through one arm. The other arm bends a little and comes further down. And the other side. Just take your time, breathe however feels good for you. As we're stretching into that side body that can become very tight as we get bigger in the belly, in the breasts. Really good one to do a few times a day, maybe even setting an alarm on your phone to just remind you to take a few little stretches. Keep that body nice and supple. Lovely. Let's try 2 more. Back down. We're going to make fists with the hands and then stretch the fingers out. Making fists and stretch. Let's do 1 more. And then we're going to do some wrist circles. So keeping all of the joints supple. So again, the joints can get a little bit tight. They can get filled with water, going the opposite way. So we want to just keep everything moving very gently whilst we're in this pregnant state. Next move we're going to do is called goalpost arms. So we bring the arms out, bend at the elbows at a right angle, and then draw the elbows back, gently look up, breathing into the space in between the back of the shoulders, as well as the chest, the heart. Again, this area can become a bit tight, can start to get a bit hunched as the belly gets bigger. Enjoy that feeling of freedom. One more breath. Gently bring the hands down, placing the hands on the knees or the belly, and just close the eyes. Take a nice deep breath here. Lovely. Okay, so we're going to come onto all fours now. Take as long as you need. Wrists are underneath the shoulders, and the knees traditionally would be underneath the hips, but as we get larger in pregnancy, you can start to open the knees out a little bit wider to give the hips some more space, the belly some more space. So feel into what feels right for you. From here, we're going to start swishing our tails. So the bottom is going to go side to side. You can close your eyes and literally imagine you've got a tail whatever tail that feels good, or whatever it looks like. Might be a unicorn sparkly tail. And this is a really good pose to remember when you're actually in labour, especially the early stages of labour, coming down onto all fours. If it feels tight on the wrists at any time, option to come onto your fists instead, or onto your forearms. You can also do this leaning over a chair or a couch, but giving that tailbone, that sacrum space is going to really help. From here, we're going to move into some very little circles, doesn't matter which way we start with. See how that feels. See if that does feel good for you. If not, just continue with your side to side sways with the tail. Let's just do 3 in one direction and then going in the opposite way. Lovely. Take your time gently coming back to center. We're going to do cat-cow. Now again, if we were doing non-pregnancy yoga, we'd really kind of exaggerate the moves and lift the tailbone up to the sky. With pregnancy, we want to keep that tailbone tucked. So it's the pelvis that's moving. So we can look up and forwards as we inhale, and exhale, just drop the head. So we're not really moving the bottom as much. So it's an inhale and exhale. Close the eyes and then focus on the pelvic bowl, tilting forwards and back with this move. Try not to push the tailbone up at the end of the exhale. Lovely, let's try 2 more. There is an option to do a child's pose here. Some women love this when they're pregnant, and obviously depending on the stage that they are. Some women don't love it and also can't do it because the bump's too big. So it's totally up to you. If you want to try it, open the knees nice and wide, big toes touch, and you sink back, and you can walk the arms forwards. Again, if we weren't in pregnancy, we could try and get the head down and the chest down. That's not going to feel comfortable. So it's going to be more of just that hip opener and feeling that stretch forwards. Letting that lower back lengthen back and gain some space here. A couple more breaths. Lovely. Take your time. Gently going to come up. So to come up during pregnancy, it's going to be much better for you and baby if you use this technique. So we slide 1 knee forwards and get onto 1 foot. So 1 foot steady on the mat. Tuck the toes of the back foot and gently come up. And only when you feel ready, slide that foot forwards. Then take as long as you need. So you're going to have really soft bent knees and roll up through the spine, breathing the whole time, and come up very, very gently there. So we're just going to do a couple of standing postures. Let's see if you can see me. Still no. Okay, lovely. So we're going to just shake out a little bit. We're going to do some point and flex with our feet. So just like we did before, I'm going to lift my legs so you can see, but you don't need your leg lifted much. I'm going to point the toes and flex. So it's just like when we did the fist clench and flex. Just do 3 times on both sides and then rotating those ankles. Again, you do it with the foot nice and close to the floor, going the opposite way, keeping these joints nice and mobile. When you're ready, we're going to the other side. So start point and flex, keeping your foot nice and low down. When you're ready, doing those circles. And the other way. Lovely. Okay, so releasing that, have a little shake out, bringing the arms up. We're going to lift through one arm, look up, the other one, so stretching the side body, the other one. Lovely. So from here, we're going to do a balance pose. So we're going to just come into our tree pose. So normally you might want to lift your foot up to the thigh or the lower leg, but not on the knee. But I would suggest keeping it lower today. So either keeping it on the floor and it's tucking into the side of the leg or up a little bit. We're going to start by balancing on the right leg. So get steady through the right leg, as if you're pushing all the way down from the hip through the roots of your feet and you're grounding into the earth. And then placing that left foot on the lower leg or keeping it on the floor, not on the knees. Bringing the hands to the heart center. Find a focus point, a drishti in front of you, and keep your eyes gazing here softly, breathing. Lovely. Take your time, release. Shake out both legs, both arms, hands, and we'll do the same on the left. So getting steady on that left foot, lifting that right foot wherever it wants to go, but ideally not too high up. If that does feel okay, that's fine though. Lovely. I'll release that down, shaking it out. So one thing that can be really nice, and I don't have a partner to demonstrate this with, but if you've got a partner, is to grab their wrists and they grab yours. And then you'd come back, so you'd face each other parallel, both feet flat on the floor, parallel. Heels underneath your hip bones. And a good bend in the knees. And then you'd walk away from each other till you feel the tension. One of you stays up and the other one can fold forwards. Ideally, you want a partner that's about the same size as you. You drop the head entirely and they can really stretch you, and it feels amazing for the spine when you're pregnant. Another way to do it is to do it on a wall. I'm going to demonstrate on the couch because I've got the couch here. You bring the hands to the couch and then you walk back until you can really let go. Keep a tiny bend in the knees so there's a softness there, and completely drop the head. So the spine is getting that lovely, lovely stretch there. So take your time, gently roll back up, and we'll come back down for a few more seated postures. So when you're ready, we're going to come onto the mat again, and we're going to bring the legs forwards. So just remove any flesh, and we're going to open the legs quite wide. So we're going to do a forward fold, but again, we're not going to go far. So we can keep the feet nice and soft. We can breathe in with the arms reaching up, and exhale, bring the hands either to the legs or in front, and just listen to your body. So depending on where the bump is, how big it is, make it feel comfortable. We're not going to look down at this stage. We're just going to keep looking forwards and feeling that length through the lower back, breathing here. Then gently roll up. Going to do another forward fold. This time we're going to do bound angles, so soles of the feet together. Bring the feet a bit further away, so we've got more of a diamond shape than a triangle. And again, this is allowing space for the bump. So we inhale the arms up, exhale, fold forward this time, let the head drop out, even giving it a shape in yes and no, breathing all the way up and down the spine. Take your time in the chair and come up. And there's an invitation to do a very gentle bridge pose here. So this is lying on the back, which we tend not to do towards the end of the pregnancy. So again, you listen in to how this feels, and if it feels uncomfortable at any point, just very gently come out. If you want to try it, soles of the feet are flat on the floor, knees are bent, use the arms to support, coming down, and then bring the hands for support to come down onto the forearms, or come all the way down. You're gonna very gently, not lift the entire spine, but just roll the bottom off the floor and back down a few times. Again, feeling into all of these moves. Are they working for you and your body? If not, you just listen and do what does feel good. Try another 3, 2. So from here, you're going to keep the knees bent. You're going to let the knees flop over one way. So you've got an option to just look the same way as the knees are looking. Or if it does feel okay, you can gently look up, or very, very gently look to the opposite side. So we don't encourage twists too much in pregnancy yoga. So we don't want to be feeling a deep twist, especially not anywhere near the belly or the pelvis area. So if it does feel any pulling there, just come gently back. And then we'll come back to center. If it does feel okay, you can try rolling the knees over to the other side. And again, either looking forwards or up, or to the opposite side, but really listening in to any twinges or discomfort. So the direction the knees are facing, you're going to use the hands and the arms to support you, very gently, very slowly, breathing the whole time. Come up to a comfortable seated position. Again, if you can, get a cushion and even something to lean on. It's going to be a good idea. So we're going to come into our breathing section of the class. We're going to practice a little bit of Ujjayi breath today, as well as the golden thread breath. So Ujjayi breath is the victory breath. It's a deep breath in and out through the nose, slightly constricting the throat. So it makes a raspy sound. People call it the ocean breath because it sounds like the waves, and also Darth Vader breath. So it sounds a little bit like this. So it's a long breath in and out. It's very calming for the whole nervous system. So you can do this anytime during the pregnancy, but also during labour to bring you into a comfortable place to bring you into a balanced state of being. So we'll practice a few more. Let's try one more. Lovely. Just bringing hands to baby for a moment, eyes closed, just sending some love, some gratitude. As we begin our golden thread breath, you can leave your hands there or place them anywhere else that's comfortable. Golden thread breath is the breath in through the nose, the exhale out the tiniest little gap, ideally a hole, a circle in the lips. So it becomes as if you're blowing a golden thread all the way out as far as you can blow it. So you take that exhale to the end of the exhale. So we'll begin when you're ready. And you want to ideally not be even making a sound. So it's a bit like blowing out of a straw, or even softer. Breath in through the nose. Lovely, repeating again and again. So continue with this breath. This breath we utilize when we are in labor, when the contractions have started. So we can use it within the contraction where you actually breathe into the most potent place of that, most intense place of that contraction. And then you exhale ever so gently as if you are completely at one with the contraction. You're not pushing it away, you're not ignoring it, you're just with it, your breath and the contraction as one. Lovely. So we're going to do a few more. These last few, I want you to imagine that golden thread is weaving a beautiful cocoon of light around you, around baby. Let's take one more, wrapping that golden light cocoon around you. Lovely, and just being in that peaceful place for a moment longer, Just normal breath now. Get ready to come into our Shavasana pose. So we want a blanket and 2 pillows. So we use 1 pillow for the head, lying on the left side. The other pillow is to come in between the knees and keep you comfortable here. Wrapping the blanket around you and gently close down the eyes here. So lying down in a comfortable place, closing the eyes, drawing inward, connecting your heart with your baby's heart. As if you're sending your love on a river of light down into your womb, into your baby's heart. And your baby's love then gets sent up to your heart, creating this continuous river of light, of love. Find, sense, see, or imagine the golden sun above your head. Make a connection here from your heart all the way up into the center of the sun. These golden, radiant light beams moving down, around and through you, filling up your energy bubble that surrounds you. Warming sensations moving into the crown of the head, the face, the forehead, relaxing the eyes, relaxing the big jaw muscles, softening here. The golden light moving into the throat and the neck, into the backs of the shoulders as they melt like liquid light pouring down the spinal column, rippling through each vertebra, and pooling at the sacrum, the lower back, sending these soothing golden light vibrations. This golden light moving into the front of the shoulders and down through the arms, the hands. The arms and the hands that will soon be rocking and holding your baby. Relaxing all parts of your arms and hands now. Golden light moving into the whole of the space of the heart, the center of the chest, and into those breasts as they are moving and changing. Moving your awareness down into your belly. Sending golden light in here. and especially into the bowl of the pelvis, all of these internal organs, which will be again moving and shifting and getting ready for the miracle which is birth. Golden light flushing down the thighs and the knees and the calves and the shins, helping to alleviate any extra water retention we might have in the body. Into the feet, the soles of the feet that are carrying extra weight at the moment, sending them your love, your gratitude. With this golden light flushing through your entire body, any heavy, dense, old, stuck energy effortlessly drops down to the base of the spine and the soles of the feet. From these 3 points, you grow roots down as if you were a tree, growing and grounding your roots down all the way deep, deep, deep into the universal mother, Mother Earth, the original mother. And we gift her any or all of this heaviness that we're ready to let go of, with love, with gratitude. As we release, we become lighter in all ways. We can do that exchange. So we've given, so we may now receive. So in your own way, in your own time, begin to imagine, see, sense, or feel that you're breathing in the nourishing and unconditionally loving of the earth's core, the earth's heart, all the way in and up through the roots. In and up through the earth's layers. In and up into your root. Into your womb space, nourishing, nurturing earth energy, feeding the baby here. And then breathing that energy into the heart space. Here it meets, mixes, melds with that golden light of the sun, fusing together to create this frequency of pure harmony, peace, balance at your core, that then radiates out throughout your being as well as the baby's being. Seeing the liquid in your womb that's holding your baby as this crystalline, pure, nourishing bath, bathing, loving your baby every second of your baby's life. Placing your hands onto your baby now and just be in this space of connection, of love. Drinking all of this in. So we imagine sealing all of the energies from this session into both you and baby with an imaginary golden thread of light that starts at the crown of the head and spirals down and around the body all the way below the feet. When you're ready, take a deeper breath here. Begin to wriggle the fingers and the toes. Spend a moment longer here, just feeling and sending out gratitude and thanks for anything you are grateful and thankful for in this moment. As you take lots of time and care to gently come back to a seated position, to move back into the rest of your day. So take as long as you need to get back up. When you are sat up, we will close how we began with that vibration of the arm flowing through the body. So bring the hands together and sit up tall. And we'll start with that full breath. So breathing all the way in and out and in. Gently bowing to the sacredness within and coming back and getting ready to very gently, slowly move back into the rest of